we doing, Beans? I have a very pretty cat behind my head. I don't think you guys can hear him though. I don't know. Nope, I don't think so. Well, maybe if I'm talking, it'll trip the mic enough, but he is back there being very loud and purry. So, you know. Hey, Cap. Good to see you. Yeah. Yes, I know you want pets. You always want pets. Hi, Stars. Sorry, I was a little, like, I was going to be earlier than I was, but my printer arrived as I was setting up stream, so I got to drag that gigantic ass package into the house and move all of Greg's shoes so that I could just get it inside the door. And so I was like, Greg, it's in the house now so that you don't have to look for it, but I do need help getting it up the stairs because it's heavy. I think even Rainbow needed help getting hers in. I think she had James help her get it into the house. So, like, it's a heavy boy, a heavy bitch. I was gonna say heavy boy and bitch, and so I said boich. Yeah, sure. But we're also trying to figure out where the hell we're gonna put it, because like it is big. So I'm hoping I can get it set up to print the sticker design that I have ready for September sticker club. I also started working on a new sticker design this morning because I don't have any chill. Like we knew that already. Like we know. But I've had an idea in my head for a while that I wanted to do. So I started working on that this morning. You guys don't get to see it yet, but soon. I will show you soon. But before it can go downstairs into the studio, I need to get the flooring in, so there's some more steps to doing that, but we're gonna rearrange some of the stuff in the extra room up here where we're keeping like study and office things, and hopefully that'll work. But yeah, so that's here. You guys helped pay for that, so thank you. Yeah, I don't know that I have anything else like important to say. It is one of those days where if I lean far enough forward, I'm gonna get banned off of Twitch. So if you guys start to see me creeping forward, yell at me. Because like I know none of you would report me for that, but the printer arrived, so we're trying to, like, I could get it into the house but not up the stairs, and we're trying to figure out where we're gonna put it. So right now I don't have the downstairs set up, which is where it will go eventually when that is actually like my office studio, but I need to get flooring put in down there first. So we're putting it into the room that's upstairs that has like our other printer and my scanner and my sticker cutter and stuff like that, but we're gonna have to move some stuff around, so Greg's gonna help me with that. Hi Parker, happy belated birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to Parker. His birthday was yesterday. Yeah, and then I will send you a photo, Cap, because I know that you want to see. BP! Hello! There's also like a big political event happening in my state today, but we're not going to talk about that, okay? We're just going to pretend like that's not happening. I reminded me this morning. Hi, Diavra! Also, moving the printer in to the house was like, I'm sweating now, which means my glasses are fogging up. I do like these bigger bigger lens glasses. Like I used to have, well, I do also have a pair of like the thinner rectangle ones, but these ones rest on my cheeks, which means if I get even a little bit too warm, they start to fog up. I hope you had a good birthday, Parker. You should tell us if you did anything special that you want to share, if you got some good gifties. Do you have anything else to say? I don't know. I don't know if I do. How are you guys, though? What's up with you? I'm guessing most of you are too hot, just as a guess. Like, that seems to be the vibe for the planet in general. It's very, like, rainy here. Our high for today is 61 Fahrenheit. I don't remember what that is in Celsius. Alright, good luck with work. I'll talk to you when you get home, okay, hun? And, you know, don't kill anybody or throw any sunglasses away, and you'll be fine. Yeah, it's nice. It has been, like, wet here, too. Yeah, you had to give me more of the deets on that, you promised. But it's been, like, very humid here in between rain bouts. So it's one of those things where, like, yes, it's cool, but also you feel sticky, you know? Which, like, I can live with. I can live with a little bit of sticky. But also, can it stop? Hi, Blib. Good to see you. Oh, I do have something, actually, to tell you guys about. Yeah, I'll take cool and sticky over hot and sticky, unless it's my boyfriend. And then hot and sticky is, you know, good. Hi, Bean! They don't consider lurkers viewers? When did that happen? But next week is my birthday, now that we've told Parker happy birthday. But next week we have stuff going on. So on Monday, our next stream, it's going to be just a regular stream. I don't have anybody planned to come on or anything. But on Wednesday, which is my actual birthday, the lovely and talented Toasted Stars will be on my stream as a guest, which is our collab that was promised from the Tipathon, which helped me get the printer, which is now sitting on the stairs. And then on Friday, I'm going to have Sleepy Procyon, who you probably all know. Oh, gotcha. But Sleepy's gonna be on my stream. We did have a thing planned. I'm not sure if we're gonna get that set up or not, because I just haven't talked to Sleepy about it. But either way, it will be fun. Hi, Jen! Yeah, and there's a sale going on in my shop for the rest of the month in honor of my birthday. So you can get $5 off any order that's 10 or more. Which basically means you get a free sticker. Like, you can pick a sticker that you want, and that will be covered by it. Or, it, if you're in the US, it covers most of shipping. So there you go. Yeah. That's the big info. Anything else? I'll need to look into that about the lurker thing. Because I know they do change how they count views pretty regularly, because they're cunts like that. Yeah, all good. As always, no obligation. Like, it's just there if somebody wants to use it, you know. I did also, speaking of birthday things, update my throne. So there's new little gifties on there if somebody wants to get me something. Again, not a requirement, but it's offered. And I put some more stuff on my Steam wish list too, instead of just things that are coming out, like, that I played a demo for. There's some stuff on there that's, like, actually current. I should actually add some more stuff on there, but yeah. So just in case anybody wants to give me a little gift. Hmm, that makes sense. Yeah. I'm doing well, Parker. Like I said, my birthday's next week, which is nice. I actually just got back from traveling to Canada to visit some friends and my boyfriend, so that was really fun. Um, and now I'm just trucking along, you know? I guess I don't know that I've talked to you since I had surgery, Parker. That might be the other thing that you don't know about. I don't have a uterus anymore. We yeeted it, which is great and fabulous. And I'm all healed up and everything's good. And I'm never going to have a period again. Well, a bleeding period. Like, I still have hormone shifts because I still have my ovaries, but like, I never have to buy another tampon in my life, which is fantastic. I love that for me because those things are fucking expensive. Um, oh yeah, all good. The reason why I'm like, I don't care about my viewer numbers specifically, but Blanc has been working on getting to partner, so I've been lurking there a lot more. So if my view isn't counting, if I'm just lurking, that's important for me to fix for that specifically, which is why I'm looking into it. But I will look at their like announcement blog and see what they've said. Oh, it looks like they're going to do September again. That's good. Doesn't look like they've said anything recently about that. But that doesn't mean that it's not happening. They just often will announce if they've changed how that works. Oh yeah, True Stars. Hmm. I'm not seeing anything in the usual places that they would post something, so it probably isn't intentional, but I will keep that in mind. Good to know, and thank you, Bean, for mentioning it, and for, lurking and such. I have to pet this cat or he's gonna explode. Are we done now? Are we done petting? Okay. Khan loves pets so much. Alright, for this painting, we have not done any of the snow or any of the white on the belly. I do also think I could stand to work on the wing a little bit more. Actually, I haven't pulled my reference photo up. I should do that. Everything's out of order because I organize things. You know how it goes. Let's see. I do think that the wing still looks a little bit flat. It's not as bad as it was, but I do need to add some darker bits to a few places in the feathers. So we can work on doing that right now. As I definitely have not got the color quite right on these feathers. We were messing with it like a lot last time because I still think it looks flat. But we'll try this and see. Maybe this will be it. And then I will be like, yes, that's fine. And we can all move on with our lives. But like, probably not, if I'm being honest. Part of it is that I added another layer of feathers in here. Is throwing me off. But like, whatever. You wouldn't know that if I didn't tell you, so. Does I have a cat hair attached to my brush? As you do. Okay. That's better. I need a thinner brush for some of these. Well, I should actually, throne alerts haven't been working, so I should actually work on troubleshooting that properly before birthday, probably. It's a little better. I did my laundry on some day this week. I don't remember. Having a memory of time couldn't be me. And it is still in, like, my little laundry bag thing. I did not put any of it away because, like, I don't wanna. Usually I'm pretty good at, like, forcing myself to do things, but nah. I've had, like, even less dopamine than normal lately, so getting myself to do stuff has been more of a task than usual, which, like, is kind of to be expected. Oh, yeah, fair. We have a dryer, so, which I know is, like, very American, having a dryer. Is that a Grim? It is a Grim. Hi, Grim. You want a stretchy? Oh, okay, fair, fair. I guess it's been warm enough for you that, like, those will dry
Show me
really
your
fast too once
hands.
you get them hung up.
Oh my god, why can't you just take the freaking compliment?
Various stretchies. Dippy waters. And a compliment. I've been very good about letting myself actually rest this week. How about that? I did not do any work yesterday at all. I just kind of hung out. Yeah, well, there are a lot of places, like, or a lot of people who are really loud, I guess is maybe the correct way to put that, that say that dryers are, like, only a thing that Americans have, kind of like garbage disposals. So that's, like, a common thing. But I think it's kind of the same as, like, the UK thinking that nobody in America has an electric kettle. Or it's one of those things where, like, if you have it, you weren't shouting about it. But the people who don't know what they are get really, like, up in arms about it. You know? I think I need to work on the face a little bit. Yeah, they definitely don't exist. That's why I have 3 of them in my house right now. For sure. Like, everybody knows that. But I've also seen the thing where it's like nobody in America has like a clothesline, which also is not true. My grandma had one and still has one, it just we haven't used it in forever, that you can see from her kitchen window. Yeah, I wish it was for you too, Grim. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, because American media in general is like so weird. A lot of people like take away that there are some things that definitely only exist in TV and some things that don't exist at all in America. And as far as I have seen people guessing, they always get it wrong. So like Homecoming, people think is fake. That's real. Um, that's a real thing that American high schools do. Kind of a thing. Being obsessed with football, yep, that's real. Yeah, exactly. Cheerleading competitions, real. I went to 3 proms, so I made up for you, Grim. Actually, I think technically I went to 4. Because I went to 3 at my school, and then I think I went with some friends to theirs. Was that prom? Maybe it was homecoming, I don't remember. Yes, American flags everywhere, real. Yeah, that's fair. And honestly, like, there's a lot of things in the United States that are outrageous and real. So, like, I know this has happened at a few people's schools. This isn't every school in America, but um, there really was an assembly where they had a real wrecked car driven on, like, taken into the, like, football field, and they really did cover it in fake blood and stage a drunk driving accident for my school as, like, an assembly before one of the big dances to warn us about the dangers of drinking and driving. That was a real thing that happened at my school. It only happened once because, like, it did not play well. I think that was when I was a sophomore. Yeah, we had one of those. That was a nightmare. Nobody paid attention. It did not do what they wanted it to. And, like, my school was kind of weird. I've said this before, but I went to a very affluent school. It was, like, the richest school district in all of Oregon. So we had a lot of things happen that, like, weren't standard for the time period. Yeah, for sure. But yeah. So, like, you guys know the band Yellow Card? They came and played in my high school cafeteria at lunch one time before they got really famous. They were just some weird guys because somebody at the school knew them, I guess, and had gotten them a spot. But it was just, like, next to the cafeteria line, so it was, like, very hapdash, slapdash. That's the right word. It was very strange. So, like, we saw them. I guess technically that's a concert I've been to. We were talking about concerts in Rainbow Stream yesterday. Um, but yeah. Yeah, for sure, stars. And I feel like a lot of people who are like that don't actually question the correct things. They don't really question everything, they just question some things, and they often don't get the vibes right. Yeah. We live in a strange place and we live in strange times. People will be weird. It's one of the constants. I wish I wasn't real. I feel like it would be easier to not be real. Can I be like Vocaloid, where, like, I only exist when you need me to perform? I would be down with that. Existing is exhausting. I cannot become a VTuber on my current software. Like, this computer would explode. I can barely even run all the streaming stuff. I was talking to Kat because I found a like co-op puzzle game that I was like, this would be fun to play together, so I bought it for both of us. And he was like, oh, that'd be cool to do for our collab that we need to do. And I was like, I cannot run that. I cannot run a game and stream. My laptop will explode into a ball of fire. I did test once running Sticky Business while I had my streaming software going also, and even that was real bad. Like, I wasn't even actively streaming at the time. So, yeah. Oh yeah, we have the eggplant now. So you have an eggplant and you have a pickle, and they're facing opposite directions. So if you do the pickle and then the eggplant, they look like they're frauding. I did that on purpose. You're welcome. Yes, eventually I will actually have a proper computer. You can do it! You can do it, Stars. I believe in you. You blower guys out there. Yep, there you go. Love wins. Do you think I've ended up making this post like a little bit crooked? Well, I also needed to fill in here because I forgot to do that before. Excellent web. Yeah, I figured you guys would have a lot of fun messing with that. That will probably make it look better to me a little bit. It's still a little crooked at the moment. It will look better once I get the snow in here, I think. Still think the wing doesn't look quite right. I think it looks better than before, but it still feels flat to me. Which I guess it looks a little flat in the reference image too, so. I think maybe part of that is that there's too much of a delineation between like the bird shoulder, I guess. Because there is like color difference here. I did start messing with a Gimme Dat eggplant sticker similar to the Gimme Dat pickle one. I did start messing with that, not yesterday, the day before. So maybe someday soon. I haven't fully decided what font I would want to do. And by font, I mean I hand letter everything, so it's not really a font. I haven't decided the word vibe I want to go for. Because I had like a very specific image in my head for the pickle one, but I haven't come to a settlement for the eggplant yet. Comic Sans is a good font. I know we all dunk on it, but it's one of the free dyslexia friendly fonts. Yep. It used to be like the only one, but luckily people have like caught on and started making more. Because I use the dyslexic font on the app that I read books with. It makes it a lot easier to keep track. I don't get lost in between the lines as much, which is like really bad on like e-readers I've found. I guess mine is really like my iPad, but an e-reader means something different nowadays, but you know, same diff. But with like a serif font on a digital format, all of the little serifs make lines in between the like paragraph breaks, and it like throws my brain off really bad. That's a little bit better. Hi, Shawnee. You really need to clean your butt that loudly right next to my head. It's not like really necessary. Thank you for that. I always think about, I've mentioned this before, but I always think about that tweet dog licking itself in the dark, sounding like an old man eating Hormel chili. Yeah, all good, Shawnee. I know you've been going through it, which is just like a constant state of being for most of us anymore, I feel like, but do whatever you're capable of or take a rest. I will encourage you to do that as well. I don't even know why leaf blur guy is like going at it, because like we don't even have any leaves on the ground. What are you doing? I think that honestly he just goes out there to do that because he doesn't want to deal with his wife. I have thought pretty intensely about just slipping like a gift card to a local bowling place into his mailbox because I feel like he needs a hobby. I feel like a bowling club would keep him out of the house more often. Maybe a little bit darker there. Do you think that I need to like get trucking on the stomach and stuff so that I can actually like see the whole kit and caboodle together, you know? There's a lot of this. It's gonna be... Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I am still like stuffed up, but it's to the point where all the stuffed up is like coming out in ways that are not necessarily fun, but I'm glad that they're exiting the building, you know? So I did one of those sneezes today that like, luckily I covered my mouth, but like sent some stuff flying, you know? You know how it is. If I had not covered my mouth when I did that, it would have landed on the cat, which I feel like he would not have particularly enjoyed. How long do you have to do the training? Is like, if you're going to have like a bunch of empty space for the rest of the week or whatever, you can do it then, you know? So like, I would say it depends on your workload. Oh, that's really cool, Blib. Did they really just play the two versions of the song back to back? What are you thinking, Spotify? Yeah, that's fair, Jen. I should actually, there's some training that I should do before my contract is officially renewed for modeling. Because they're gonna make me do Title IX again. Which, like, even though, like, there's nothing I don't know on there. Ever. Like, there's never anything new. They just put in new shitty graphics every time. So far, they haven't used AI, but we'll see how long that maintains. I would bet that if they're going to do it with AI, it's going to be this year. Ugh. Yeah, that's horrid. I hate that. At least for the trainings that I have to do, even though I don't get paid for them, which I think is bullshit. Because I'm a temp worker, so I don't get the same rights as everybody else. It is just like a PowerPoint presentation, and some of the slides you have to like stay on the slide for X amount of time before it lets you punch through, but man, my camera is way slower today than normal. Do you have anything special open? I don't. I wonder why it's chugging more than usual. I mean, it's because my laptop isn't made to do this, you know, but... It had me do like a cybersecurity one last year too, which was like, don't click suspicious links kind of a thing. And it's like, yeah, I know. Like I'm like the generation where we actually learned proper computer skills. Or like that was part of my elementary school curriculum was learning how to use the internet safely. Yeah, that was one of the things that they did for some of the folks in like the higher up positions at the university after the like cybersecurity thing, and the outcome from that was pretty atrocious. I was not part of that test, but like, my guy, you just learned about this, please. Although I do have to say, like, I get that a lot of people just don't understand that stuff, and like I said, I was taught properly in a way that not a lot of people were or are anymore, which is wild to me. We should really be doing that for everybody. I feel like that's like a basic skill now that is necessary to have. It's like, even so, like, I run my own business, right? Which is this. Welcome to my office. But I also get a lot of phishing emails and stuff because I'm a small business that has like contact information visible. So like at least once a month I get something like trying to get my information because my business license is lapsed or something. And it's like, no, actually it hasn't. Oh, good. That looks great, BP. Yeah, Rainbow did a good job with that. I mean, Rainbow does a good job with all emotes. Like, let's be real. But thank you, Sleepy, and hello. You're live later today, right, Sleepy? Welcome back, stars, and congratulations on completing your tasks. I'm pretty good, just chugging along, you know. I always forget because like what times other people are doing because I forget if the announcement had the like fancy change to my time zone or not. So either you're doing a stream at 3:30 my time or 1:30 my time. I don't remember which it is. I think 3:30. That would be my guess based on past stream schedules. But Shawnee's gonna be on Sleepy stream today. You guys should go. If you don't follow Sleepy, you should follow Sleepy. You should also follow Shawnee. Yeah, I think all of us are kind of in the low energy zone today. I know for me it's because I got up early. I get up early on Fridays to stream earlier. Oh yeah, Cap told me that. that that you got free, I think. Yeah, for sure. Especially when you're like really feeling like you should go home. And then suddenly the universe is like, you know what? Yeah, you should go home. You're right. It's like, wow, thanks. Thank you, Shawnee. I do need to make a Shawnee command, actually. Yeah, I should. You can't stop me. I will say, have you noticed my extreme restraint, Shawnee? That you added me as a Steam friend and I didn't immediately buy you a gift? They did. I mean, you're gonna get one at some point. It's gonna happen. I'm a gift giver. That's who I am as a person. Okay, I think this borb is indeed looking like borb. We are getting some good depth. Ooh! I also have Just Dance 2025 on Switch. My brother got a free copy with his Switch too, actually. And he was like, here, do you want this? And I was like, I already own this, but thank you. That's very considerate of you. Yeah, really the only thing I can run it on is Switch. It doesn't run great on Switch. It might run better on Switch 2, which is what Sleepy has, but I'm not paying for one of those. Like, I use my Steam Deck way more often, so it's not a wise purchase for me. Oh yeah, true. I do like I know this was one of the big complaints when they put it on Switch. I do prefer the Joy-Con to the Kinect stuff. because like it lets me actually tailor a movement so that it doesn't hurt me. So like if there's something I really can't do without like causing myself great strain, I can kind of like half-ass it, which is part of the reason why like they don't allow the Switch version at like competitions for Just Dance and stuff. And that was like a big complaint from people who were really serious about it when that came out for Switch. Which, like, I can kind of understand that, but also it's helpful to me, so, you know. Fair BP. Yeah, it's a lot easier for me to do sleepy exercise-wise, although I haven't gotten back into that. I need to. Or the first time I do a modeling session, I'm gonna die. I love this song. Hydrate.
With an invigorating all-over body pad.
Thank you for bapping me.
Does it feel good?
Huh?
I still think that's so fucking funny. I'm pleased with myself about that. I think it gets played like exactly the right amount to still jump scare you every time it happens. Adding a little bit darker over here is the right call. I might do like a wash for that a little bit. I think that our borb is being very borb. Like, I do think that I've made this bird look very rotund, which I like. Oh yeah, that's good, Sleepy. Mix it up, like, I don't use it, to be clear, but it does seem to give a lot of people a lot of problems. Yeah, we need him to be rotund, otherwise it isn't the vibe. Yeah, I think this is the play.
Show me your hands!
I will show you my hands. Oh, interesting. That's kind of annoying. By kind of annoying, I mean really annoying. That one, that would happen, and two, they wouldn't fix their own freaking code for you. Like, what? That's part of your job as the service? Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a lot of work. Yes, much fluff. Very borb. Okay, I do still need to fuck with the wood down here a little bit more before I forget. The round bird. You think I'm gonna do like a little bit of a gray wash over some places? Because I did most of like the shading work with color while we were making the feathers, but I think adding a little bit of a wash over the top to give it like a clearer shadow helps a lot, which is what we just did down here.
Why do you like Halloween so much?
It's always Halloween in my soul.
Which will be difficult because we've added like a lot of pigment to this, so it will move some things around, but I think that overall will be good. It's like right through here, I need a better shadow, like right there, where the beak is. Yeah, that's the play. Here. Oh, that's fun, Shawnee. I feel like with the gray that Khan has, a pigeon would be very interesting. Like the color match would be fun. Okay, at this point, I feel like the weak link is the tail. That's because I haven't gotten it quite as dark as it is in the photo, but I also think that if I do that much darker, it's going to pull focus a lot. Because it is right now like the darkest spot on the page, really, other than the eye. Maybe I just leave that. I've changed the curvature on the feather a little bit. I think bringing a highlight back in with the yellow is probably the right call here. It's like that. Did we get a better curve on that tail feather there? And he is a little bit of a nuisance, kind of like pigeons are, but also he just needs people. He was made to hang out with people, just like pigeons. He's just eeping back there right now. Oh, you're awake. What's up, Bubba? You look sleepy. Just go back to sleep. Just go back to sleep. I'll give you some pets. Your ears are so warm. You were so sleepy. Yeah. Yeah, I know the leaf blower is really loud and you don't like it. I don't like it either.
Sometimes the world looks perfect. Nothing to read.
I love that line. Here you go, Bubba. You want more pets? Okay. I have to pet the cat, he asked. He really likes pets on his little head. He likes it when you take your thumb and you run it up between his eyes and then over his head. You going back to sleep now? Good night. He really likes hanging out back there. Like, so I've said this before, but I'm sitting at a coffee table on the floor and there's a couch behind me, so I'm leaning up against the front of the couch. And so he's on the cushion of the couch, like behind my head, on a tortilla blanket, which is one of those like fuzzy novelty blankets, you know? He really likes that tortilla blanket, and he very much likes sitting in that particular position. Because, like, my brother has started sitting on the couch more because Con likes us being there, pretty much. I'll put a paper towel down here. So, like, that's his spot now. That blanket is his. Yeah, pretty much. He also will only, like, eat. We have a food bowl out here, and then there's another one in Greg's room. And he will only eat at the one out here if one of us is in here. So, like, when I make my breakfast, he will go and eat. And then I will stand there for a little bit and watch him eat so that he feels safe. Thank you for bapping me. I really should alter that so that the possum has, like, my cherry and stuff on it. But I also don't want to do that, so it's, like, a lot of work. And it's work that doesn't really get me money, so. I'm just pulling some of the pigment up off of this feather so that I can actually make it look like the outside. Because I made that too dark for what it's supposed to be. Because I wasn't looking at my reference image. You know. A little better. What do you think I will do? Let's lighten this up in general with some of the butter. The color is butter. This is not actual butter, just in case anybody missed that memo. The color of the month is butter. And it's got a more like opaque look to it. So it acts a little bit more like gouache. Which is why it will be good for putting highlights back in and lightening stuff up. Like that. Then I think I can do a little highlight on the inside feather, like right along the edge here. Like that. And I think that's a little bit better, because then the inside feels darker, even without adding more pigment to it. And I will need to put some more shading back in on top of this once it dries, but that's easy peasy lemon squeezy. I was trying to think of one that would like rhyme with butter, since that's the color, but I don't. My brain is not playing ball with that right now. Do you think I could also add a little highlight on the claws here? Like that. I don't think makes that much of a difference, but it makes me feel better. So. Lower the temperature on that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm tempted to add some more dark patches on this side here on the belly. I'm worried that that's gonna like push it a little bit too far. I also just like really high contrast in general. I'll try it and see what I think. It's a little bit more intense. It'll dry a little lighter than it is right now, which will help. I think maybe a little bit, but not a lot of it. I think that's fine. It looks a lot more dramatic on camera than it does in person, which means that it will look very dramatic when it's scanned. Which is fine, I think. But I can also smooth that out a little bit if I want to, once it's scanned. Yeah, I think that's good. Alright. I don't want to overdo it. Which means I think it's time to start working on the snow. But I still haven't fully decided what color I want to use to shade it, so we're just gonna have a little adventure here. Oh, I'm sorry, BP. That's no fun. Ooh, that's even worse. I think maybe using the lavender colors may be a good shout. It'll be complementary with the yellow a bit. Yeah, I think that's the play. And I do want to. I used warm gray specifically on the bird, so I want to use cool gray or cool colors in the background. To pull the bird forward even more. Yeah. And listen to Bwib. Bwib is a medical professional. And I've added all this snow from my reference image, so we're just doing whatever feels right. We're following our gut here. And I mean, the way snow reflects light and stuff, like the shadows are always kind of funky. So. Let me go back through with like a brighter blue too. for some of the stats. I trust that you would generally give good advice, or that if you were giving bad advice to be funny, we would be able to tell, generally speaking. Did you notice me almost put my paintbrush in my tea just there? Because that almost happened. This is why I keep all my drinks on one side and my paint water on the other side, but that does not always save me. Speaking of itchy, my one scar is so itchy today. I should put some stuff on it when I end stream. Yeah, I don't think any of the ones that I'm using today have a heavy metal in them, so it would probably be fine, but I'd still rather avoid that. Generally speaking, not a good health choice to drink paint. You're getting a lot of ACS in a row. Did you not shuffle? You did shuffle. You're just being weird. Alright. Not that I have a problem with a lot of ACS in a row, but... Thank you, Shawnee. I haven't been able to pop into their stream for a while. They changed their schedule again, and I'm never really available when they're streaming. I also still haven't listened to that album that I say every single time they play on my stream that I need to listen to. I'll get around to it eventually. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, honestly. Because Cap's gonna have his daughter for the rest of August, so I'm gonna be at loose ends for a lot of time when I would usually be hanging out with him. Maybe I'll get a little high and just sit and listen to the new album. Could also stand to do that with the new Hosier album. Because I have listened to that twice now, but... Actually, maybe for the darker areas here, instead of doing like a brighter blue, I do a little bit of purple. Like that. Let's see what I think about that when we get there. And now I need a bigger brush so we can tackle the snow that is on the fence. I think about it, there's another artist that I've been thinking about listening to for a long time, and maybe I should do that too. Maybe I will make a day of it at some point here. Just vibe by myself and listen to sad girl albums for a bit. Doing snow and stuff, anything like really white is always such like a task because your brain really doesn't want to shade it, and you need to figure out how to make it look correct without like overblowing the white. So like figuring out color theory about how dark other things can be and what colors will look good to shade the white in depending on what the item is always like, you gotta think about it pretty hard. And I think I've gotten better at it as time has gone on, but it still is always just like a ugh kind of thing. It's like I gotta work at this. Shade this one in a little bit more. But we have been doing a fair number of pieces where I have to do that lately, because of the Alaska series, really. So like there's snow here. I don't know if you guys knew, Alaska has snow a lot of the year. So while I'm doing these like Alaska stamps, there's like a fair amount of snow. So we did that one that I turned into a postcard and greeting card of the seal. This guy. So we did all that because these are all little bits of iceberg floating in the ocean. It's always like, I don't know, it took a lot of thought because not only do I have to shade all of the ice, right, which is white, but I also have to do reflections because of the water. So it was like a lot of thinking. The thing they don't tell you about with art is you gotta think. You gotta think the whole time. It's like, oh, did you hate making decisions? Well, too bad. You picked a career where you need to make decisions constantly and all the time and quickly. Good luck. So I legitimately do not know an artist who is good at making decisions. Which I think partially is just that people who tend to go into art as like a career tend to be very neurodivergent. Because we don't do well in other, like, more standard work environments, I guess is a way to say that. Although I would do very well at an office job, honestly. And have before. I like organizing things and making files look pretty. Which again, neurodivergent activity. I do enjoy making a spreadsheet. Has to be said. Right up until I don't. But, you know. Yeah, that's so fair, Sleepy. See, I've done pretty well with that. I just need to lock in, and honestly, like, if I have a desk of my own, I can just, like, focus and lock everybody else out, which isn't always good, because, like, the last kind of, like, desk job I did was at the bookstore that I worked at, where I was technically a retail associate, but I kind of got, like, drafted into doing more of the office side of stuff, so because I was good at it. And so locking in is great unless your desk happens to be also on the sales floor, which was my situation for a significant amount of that time. Because then you would like be in the zone, and then all of a sudden a customer would be trying to talk to you, and I'd be like, what? Sorry, my brain is still in that spreadsheet. I cannot understand anything you were saying to me. Yeah, that's totally fair, Sleepy. And I did enjoy doing the retail side of that job too. But, well, to a point. There were a lot of horror stories from that. Hi, Tens! Good to see you! I do have a lot of horror stories from that job. But, you know, I have horror stories from any job I've worked, so. Even babysitting. There was a time a guy called me over to watch his kid. Well, he picked somebody up from the airport or something with like a half-hour notice. And I was there for 4 hours, which is not how long it takes to pick somebody up at the airport. I'm pretty sure he was cheating on his wife. And then paid me $11 via check. And his wife yelled at him, and he gave me more money. That was also the last time I babysat over there, I think. Which, the way I got that babysitting job in the first place was kind of weird. Because it was the house that was like right next to my bus stop for the junior high. And somebody had just moved into the house, and so me and somebody else were standing around waiting for the bus one morning, and this woman just comes flying out of her house and is like, do either of you babysit? And I'm like, what is happening right now? And I was like, yes? He's like, we just moved in and I need a babysitter. And I was like, okay. I live down the street. That's fine. I'm Red Cross certified. But that was definitely like a strange way to approach somebody, I feel like. Especially a bunch of kids when you're an adult. I don't know. I would have been like, how old would I have been? 13, 14, somewhere in there. I don't remember who was waiting at the bus stop with me. I know there was somebody else there because we looked at each other like, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. I was like a good babysitter, but also parents are a nightmare. Yeah, fair, Jen. I do enjoy spending time with kids, and like, I'm sure I've said this on stream before, but for a long portion of my life, my career plan was to become an elementary school teacher. So working with kids in general was good for me. Like to put on applications and stuff to work with kids more. So, oh, that's really annoying. Your parents just being like, oh yeah, our kid will do it, but not checking with you. That's kind of fucked up. Ah, gotcha, Shani. Yeah. I did babysit for the church a lot because my mom was very involved in the church, and which means the rest of us were too, for a long time until I was allowed to actually like make my own decisions about that. Um, so, which was good steady money, honestly. Hi, Phelps. So I can't argue with it too much, but it was interesting. I'll put it that way. I would. Just do like a drive-by good luck kind of thing. I give you permission to not, but I don't know that you're capable of it, Grim. Sorry. But like same, bestie. Honestly. I don't know, man. I know, like, I've evened out a little bit from the serotonin crash from coming back, but, like, also. Oh, gotcha, Jen. I definitely misread that sentence. Yes. Why not? Like, unless there's a really big reason to not, I would. Yeah, I feel that, Grim. And I'm sure yours is worse than mine, honestly. You've been having a lot of stuff going on. And just in general, like, more people time than you really like. To be fair, neither of us really like people time. Yeah, awkward parent walk-in is just like standard. So like by doing the awkward thing, you're also doing the correct thing, you know? I'm sure you haven't, Grim. I'm sure there's a lot more going on because that's just how you roll. Oh, how your life rolls you over, I guess, is perhaps more accurate. I love how you say that in past tense, Shawnee. We all know. Yeah, like we all do like you. But also we know that that is not a past tense situation, I feel like. Love is stored in the call outs. Get perceived, nerd. Yeah, I know that you've been doing a lot of work on that, legitimately, Shawnee. But I also feel that. I've gotten better at like I guess I've always been a little bit better about understanding that not everybody's going to like me, and at a certain point you just gotta say fuck it and do what you're gonna do, and then the people who are meant to be there will stay there, and the people who aren't will leave, which is not always comfortable, I will say, but it is necessary for growth. But I have always been like at that because I'm like a strong flavor and I was bullied as a kid a lot. So I was very aware from a young age that I was not for everybody. Which gave me a lot of time to practice accepting that there were people who didn't like me. Man, my back hurts like a bitch today. I mean, it has been bad like all week, but could it not? I think we may actually finish this guy today. Should be nice. I would like to have a finished piece of art under my belt this month, because we're halfway. We're halfway through this month, which should be illegal, but it isn't. So, you know. I do feel like the world should stop for a little bit around my birthday and give me time to adjust. I feel like that's only polite, but nobody asked me about my opinion on how the universe should be run, so this is what we got. Welcome back. Good, good. I'm glad you survived. Yeah. Is she a freshman? Like, is this her first time wandering off from you this far? Or do you have a little bit of practice with it? Yeah, I thought so. I vaguely recalled us talking about things that would imply that it was first time leaving. Which I haven't had to personally deal with, but I know that that's like rough. Especially if you like actually like your children, which I know you do. So, yeah. Yeah, big change. I know that like one of the things that all of my friends' parents complained about was adjusting to how much food you need to like prepare and have in the house when you don't have kids in the house anymore. Because it's like a really drastic, sudden difference where it's like, oh right, we aren't actually feeding this person who will eat an entire lasagna by themselves kind of situation. Yeah. I may add, similar to what we did with that little birch painting, I might add some yellow highlights in here for the snow, because I feel like bringing some more of that yellow color in is probably a good bet. If I want this to count for color of the month, which I do. I mean, it's going to count because I said it counted, but I make the rules. I can say what's happening, but I still do try to, you know, actually make it feel like that color is the focus. Which this one is a little on the edge. The other two are going to be much more yellow, but I did know somebody who ate ketchup on literally everything. So like they if they had potato chips, they would dip them in ketchup and eat it. And as you know, like chips and dip style. So like big scoop kind of ketchup situation. Which like it tastes fine. Like it's potatoes and ketchup, that's good. But also that's like so much ketchup. What is happening? Chill out. She also had it on mac and cheese always. It was also a ketchup vehicle, which I did try it, and I did not agree that it was a good combo. Like, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with it, but, like, also I would rather not do that, you know? That's so funny. It's like ketchup child. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes ketchup on eggs is good. I usually go with salsa though if I'm gonna do that. Yeah, yeah. And I like my eggs like really cooked. Like I don't want none of that over easy bullshit. Which is why I usually get scrambled, so the eggs are usually a bit dry. I just don't like the texture or the taste of runny yolk. But I do really like eggs, so. I actually got an omelet at a place Cap and I went for breakfast when I was visiting that was really good. I was surprised by the combination. I was like, this sounds like it could be good, but I've never had something similar to this before, so we're gonna try it. But it was avocado and goat cheese on the inside, which like I haven't really had warm avocado very much, but it was really good. I do really like goat cheese. I know that that's a semi-controversial food opinion. But it was good. It was also an omelet that was like the size of my torso. It was fucking huge. I could not finish it. I do really like goat cheese. Ooh, crab and fancy cheese? Nice. There is a place near my grandma that does a lot of seafood, and they do have a crab omelet, but I usually get, their, like, crab grilled cheese, so it's just like a grilled cheese with, ooh, I just hit the table with my knee. It's a grilled cheese, but with crab in it, basically, so. Yeah. Yeah, Portland is stupid expensive in general. That's where I grew up. Hi, Red Bean. Yeah, I think bringing in a yellow, I can speak words, will help with some of the highlights and differentiating this foreground with the background of it, I think. I also think I will add some purple back here to help with that also. I do want to deepen up both these sides since we've got snow on the fence posts and then also in the background. Trying to make it clear that those are two separate piles is going to be our main focus here. Because the rest of it is all just vibes. It's like I said, I do not have a reference image for the snow. I was just like, I know what snow looks like. We'll just do this. It's fine. I've seen a lot of snow in my time. Which is part of the reason why I'm doing like, it's kind of like almost a wave pattern. Or like a sand dune kind of style. Because when it gets really cold, snow will move around in the wind like that and make like basically snow dunes. And I think it looks nice, so that's why I paint it that way. It also is kind of like just a nice vague concept. This blue color doesn't pick up great on cam either. But like I really thought, you know that stupid like spray snow glitter that you can get to spray on trees and stuff? I thought that was just like some weird thing because people wanted an excuse to put more glitter on stuff, which valid, not me, but you do you. But the snow really does do that. like, if it gets cold enough, the ice will form crystals on trees and stuff. So it will really look like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Jen. I do think that's very pretty, but I do not necessarily like it when it's that cold because our house gets really cold. It's like as good as it is and holding heat in during the summer and slowly roasting me to death, it also is an older house, and so a lot of the windows aren't really up to snuff for keeping the heat in when it's really cold out. Which, if you all remember that winter where 2 of our pipes burst, that was that. It got cold enough outside for long enough that shit froze inside of our house. Which is why I had, partially why I had to tear up all the carpet in that studio, was because it was all water damaged. You think it probably would be easier to get a contractor to replace the flooring down there during winter because they don't have any other construction business during winter because of just how shit works here. Because, you know, we got the winter. Which means you can't really work outdoors. So maybe I should work on doing that this winter if I can manage it. Which would mean I probably need to take a little bit of time off streaming. Just while I have strangers in the house, you know? Because they would be, like, literally right below me is the room that I'm going to move into. But I don't think it would take that long, because I did already tear all the carpet up, so they just need to take up the nail, like the tack board, and, like, scrape the rest of the glue off, and then lay the other stuff. I don't think that would take crazy long. It's not a big room. Hi, Procyon! Good to see you. How you doing? Okay. I think adding a little bit of purple in the lowlights and a little bit of yellow in the highlights, and then I think we're really set on this. I think that's most of it. I do still need to mess with this tail. I remember that. This tail feather needs a little bit more work. Which is fine. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm doing good. Feeling better after, like, the bug I picked up in Toronto, which is good. Adding more brown to that as play. I need to feel a little different on the inside here. That's better. Alright. A little bit of purple and a little bit of yellow. Okay. I need to deepen up the blue on this side a little bit. I do think I'm gonna take a little break here in a second, which means I'm gonna run some ads, which means you should all take a break with me so you don't have to look at the capitalism, because we hate capitalism here. I think after I finish this little snowbank that I'm working on, I'm gonna take a quick break. I could stand to stretch my back and run to the bathroom. Do you think it's funny? So, like, I don't run the preferred ad schedule that Twitch wants you to. I only run ads when I run them, and I have pre-rolls turned off and stuff. I have the least amount of ads that I can possibly have, which means that I don't get as much of a cut of the ads, which I'm fine with. Like, it's not enough money to, like, stress out about, honestly. But that does mean that for the past 2 months, I've made 0 cents off of ads. Because, like, I missed a lot of last month because I was traveling, right? And then the month before that, like, I didn't really run a lot of ads in general. So I've made 0 cents. I never make a whole dollar, honestly, from ads. I make, like, maybe 20 cents a month. That's just funny. Is like basically Twitch is getting paid to show you ads, and then you also pay Twitch to remove ads that they're getting paid to run. It's so stupid. I'm tired of capitalism. Okay. I do think adding some more like pinky to this is like pinky purple is a good call. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. You should get up and take a break with me. Go get a little snack, a little treat, a little drinky. Go get up and do a little stretch. Look at something that's farther away from your face than I can speak words. That's farther away from your face than your screen. And we will be back in 3 minutes. I have returned. Hi, Sky. Welcome in, Raiders. Sorry that you raided right into the BRB screen. How's it going? And yes, Sky's birthday is in 2 days. So we've got our birthdays the same week. Okay. Yeah. How is stream, Sky? How are things? What's cracking? Yeah, a lot of birthdays. We really have like a lot of summer birthdays in the squad group. Why do you look like you're gonna attack me? You already bit me. You're just gonna be crazy boy now? I was petting Khan during the break and he bit me. Not hard or anything. But he just, I don't know, with no warning decided that it was playtime and so he bapped at my hand and bit me. Yeah, lots of borfs. And Parker, who was in a little bit earlier, his birthday was yesterday. I will say that I collect depressed Leos, which I am also one of. Because, like, for a while, both of my best friends had birthdays in August. A week apart. And yeah, I do think the purple is helping a little bit. Small brush to take it on here. I'm not gonna pet you again after you just bit me for petting you. You bite the hand that pets, the hand no longer wants to pet, sir. Yeah, you can go pout about it, that's fine. Oh, I should take a progress photo. I meant to do that while I was on break and then I got distracted by the cat biting me. You know. Okay. I think waiting to add the yellow until all of those spots are dry is the play. Oh no! I've been like I've been a lot worse at wishing people happy birthday on time lately, which for me just means that I don't do it the second that it's midnight in their time zone. But I have missed a few this time around, which I think is fine. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna explode about it, and if they do, they probably aren't a very good friend in the first place. But it is one of those things where occasionally I'm like, I forgot about that entirely. That's partially because I haven't been doing my journal, which means I'm not like writing all of the happenings in my journal every week. Ah, yeah, fair. And I feel like even if it's a little late, like it's better than just not getting a birthday wish at all, you know? Especially for people who like streamers and stuff who don't make like a big deal out of their birthday, you know? Because like for me, I announce that my birthday is coming every year, right? Because I do a birthday stream. So I have every single year that I have streamed. And generally speaking, I kind of like announce my birthday anyway because I think birthdays are a big deal. Not everybody agrees with me on that, and that's fine, but I do tend to let people know. Me trying to think about what time it is and if I can show you guys my progress on the sticker now that Cap isn't here. I did ask him a very pointed question, so he'll know what I'm doing with it if he sees it. Ah, yeah, that's fair, Shani. It's still nice to remember, you know. Get a little message every once in a while. It's kind of like me and my cousin. We were really close as kids, but we don't talk a huge amount now. She's busy killing it in her career, and I'm busy puttering around, I guess. Yeah, that's a mood, Shawnee. Absolutely. And I have gotten pretty far on putting my pieces back together, so to speak, but there's always more work to do, isn't there? Actually, I need to check when my... Speaking of pieces back together, I need to check when my dental appointment is because I had to move it because I was going to be out of state. Like, they can't really clean my teeth if I'm, 5,000 miles away or something ridiculous. I don't know how clear it is that the background is snow, but also whatever. It's just a background. It doesn't need to be anything fantastic. Later, Jen. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in. help you? You're gonna bite me again? No, you do want pets, okay. I'm gonna add like a tiny bit of yellow where the big highlights are. No, you want more pets? Okay. This is one of the ways that I like when I'm putting in highlights for stuff. I really like doing like a warm color that's light in like the high highlight spot so that it feels like there's like a warm light going on. I just think it adds a little bit oomph, you know? Because we did similar with the little painting I did for Sleepy's Birch during art fight last month. I think after that we might actually be done. I think. Would be nice. I expected this one to take longer than it has, honestly. Why are you pouting? You stepped away, which is why I stopped petting you. If you stick your head under the table, I can't pet you because then your head is under the table. Yes, I know that you want pets. You gotta stick your head where I can reach you. What? This cat is so needy. It's like me too. But you gotta pretend like you aren't sometimes, you know? Yeah, okay. We're done with pets now? Okay. Maybe adding some stronger low lights on the fence underneath where the snow is. Maybe add some gray to the snow on the fence just to differentiate it a little bit more from the background and try and make the background feel like a little out of focus. So I sharpen the details on the snow here. That will be good, and then maybe we're done. We'll see. I'll do it and then we'll see. Then maybe I'll just go take some chill time. And play in Stardew Valley or something. There's like always work that I could do, but I'm trying to be a little chiller about it lately. Like one of the things about small business owning is like and if you're like the business, because I'm like that's it, there's no employees, it's just me. But it's one of those things where it's like there's always something you could be doing, but also you don't need to do everything all the time forever, you know? Yeah, you gotta... Rest is part of the work, I guess is a way to put that. I also kind of need to be a little kinder than normal to my brain lately. So part of that is doing some dopamine seeking, honestly. Which lately has been listening to an audiobook and playing Stardew. I was tempted to get myself a... What's the correct name for that tiny bookshop yesterday because I was like lurking while Goose was playing it. I was like, it's on my wish list and like I want it, but also I shouldn't spend more money this month. I've spent a lot of money lately because travel. So I need to chill for a bit. I did buy like some stickers and a sticker book from somebody I found who does a lot of possum and raccoon stuff, which is great. Smaller brush for the snow details here. I don't really want it to feel like an outline, but I do want it to feel different from the background because I do think it's looking a little samey. Yeah, right. There's also a fair amount of skunks. Like they literally in their like shop menu have a thing that says, if you're here for possums or raccoons, click here. Which is great. But I wanted to get a new sticker book because the one that I have is, I don't know, I would rather not use it anymore. So I was like, I want to find one with possums on it because that's like the thing now, right? So, and I did look at another artist that I follow that I know does sticker books, but I didn't really like any of their designs. So I was like, I will look for a possum one. And so I just kind of searched. And I found this really cool small artist who does a lot of possums. And I was like, I'm about to spend way too much money on this. Because I was like, I'll just get a sticker book. And then I saw their other stuff. And I was like, I will get $50 worth of stickers, actually. And will have only gone down to 50 because I edited my cart really heavily. Because it's a good vibe. I did repost one of their things, or reblog one of their things on Tumblr. Because they do have a Tumblr, so I did that so that y'all knew about it. Yeah, you want pets again? Or do you just want me to stare at you? I can do either of those things, but I do need to know what you want. You want your butt scritched? I don't usually like that. Thank you for putting your tail in my paint. That was really helpful of you. Yeah, their stuff is super cute, and I liked it. But I did, because I was doing the journal sticker as a thing, like picking a sticker for my journal as part of the Tipathon stuff. I bought a lot of stickers, and I'm like, I have a lot of like individual stickers. I should really put these in the sticker book, but I wanna use a new one, so I got a new one. And then we can transfer everything into it. I say we, I will probably do that on my own, but maybe we'll do it on stream, huh? Depends on how much art I get done this month. Because I do need to also, this is going to devolve into me just saying my to-do list. I do need to work more on prepping the finished bug stickers. To get them ready for printing. I also need to get the sticker sheet for the September sticker, because I'm going to do the eggplant, I think, set, so that I can test that out and get that ready to print and be done with, because I do think that once I get the new printer set up, I will use that to the eggplant sticker to like test how it looks, because the colors are going to be really different from my other ones. So I think I will print one set, like one sheet on the old printer, and then print one sheet on the new printer so that I can compare what the colors are like, so that I can alter like the colors of my old files to make it more similar to what I have, so that it's not like a really big drastic difference, which is always kind of a pain in the ass, but you know, that's part of the deal. It's just all part of the job. That is going to be a moment of adjustment. I haven't added like any new sticker designs to my shop in a while, just because I haven't been like selling enough to really make that particularly worth it. So I really need to be better about marketing myself. I don't like doing it, and so I just don't, but then that means that I don't sell enough to actually make anything worth it. Okay, I do think that that looks significantly more defined on camera, which is good because generally speaking on camera is how it's going to look when I scan it, which is importante since a lot of my stuff, like this is going to be a sticker once I get these set. Oh, I get this set, I guess is more accurate, because I am doing like a whole little series of Alaska themed stamps that will be collectible stickers from my shop, is the point of this, or they will be for sale in person here once I get like wholesale going, which is another goal that I have for this coming year, because I do tend to split my years by my birthday and not by like in January kind of a thing. Which I also should probably do a new Meet the Artist, because that other one that I did is 2 years old now. I don't know that much has really changed, but it would be a good little, I don't know, sales pitch for handing out stuff to try and get wholesale. Because there's a few places up here that do like consignment or sell stickers from local artists, and having looked at what they have going now, I very much think that my stuff is a higher quality and would be better for the like vibes here, because a lot of them are kind of, they really look like clip art shit. So I think mine would be a bigger draw in general. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. Thingsies. But another one of those things where it's like a little bit overwhelming to start. If I don't start, then it'll never happen. So I gotta start. Which, I talked to Trisha about this a while back. The way that she does that, and she's like, she makes most of her money at like in-person events, which is kind of where I'm headed, ideally. But that, again, a lot of work, so it's kind of overwhelming. Oh, hello, crazy boy. This cat just came tearing down the hall and ran right up to me. What's up? Need your head squished like a burger? No, we don't like that. Okay. You're just being crazy? Is that what's happening right now? Crazy? Crazy boy? It might be. Because he do have the zoomies. He did just run up and down the stairs a second ago, too. What's up? You need to be played like bongos? What's the deal? You got big crazy eyes right now. But what Trisha does is she has like a little sample packet with like a little pamphlet about information about her that she gives to places that she's would like to have her stuff in, and I think that's a good idea. So I need to like, if I want to do that, I need to make those things, which is another thing, and then I need to like suck it up and go drop some off in these places. Which again, like it's not necessarily difficult, but because there are many steps to it, it feels very overwhelming. Now he's gonna chug some water. Generally a good life choice, little man. Yeah, I've been like following various places. I will do a hydrate with con, thank you. I've been following a fair amount of places on like Instagram and stuff that are local spots that I see sell stuff from various various local artists. And I think I should probably message the person who said that she would be interested in tabling with me and see if we maybe want to try to do some of the Christmas bazaars and stuff. Because I would also be willing to, like, if she sent me scans of her stuff, I would be willing to, like, print stickers for her to sell. If we, like, figured out some sort of way to do that made sense. Because I do have, like, the capability to do that, and she doesn't, so. Make the partnership very worth it for both of us. Because I would feel just better having, like, a buddy to go with to stuff like that. Because, one, I don't drive, so having somebody who does drive is helpful. And what are you doing? What are you scratching at? Are you scratching at the front door? Well, now he's not doing anything because he heard me. But also, like, having somebody to split table costs and, you know, cover the booth if you need to go to the bathroom and stuff is good. So it would make that whole thing a lot less daunting. Did music stop? Or are you just very quiet? You did stop. Why? I can hear you, crazy boy. Yeah, we do have a fair amount of outside cats. You'd think, since there are like bears and shit here, that people would keep their cats indoors. You would be wrong. We've had a few that have hung out like on our back deck. We had one like orange boy that would come around a lot and scare all the birds off. There was a black and white one that Greg saw a few times. But like, I don't know why you would get a cat just to feed it to a bear, because that's what you're doing if you let a cat out here. Like, that or like a lynx. Like, we have a lot of real wildlife up here, so it's like, aside from all of the other excellent arguments for not letting your cat go outside, which there are a lot, if you have an outdoor cat, I don't trust you as a person, honestly. Like, hot take here. But if you can't take care of the small creature inside of your home, then I don't think I can trust you with my mental well-being either. But like, aside from all the other arguments, like, we have stuff that will actually eat your cat here. Like, without a second thought. You know? And it's just like, why would you just rescue a cat just to feed it just to a bear? Like, I don't understand. It makes me think about that. I don't remember if it's a tweet or something, but it's like a screenshot situation where the guy was seeing like a dad and his daughter picking out a new cat and asked about it. They were like, "Oh yeah, they keep getting eaten by coyotes, so we keep adopting new ones." And he's like, "Well, it just sounds like you're doing like takeout service for coyotes then." Like, yeah, we had a couple indoor outdoor cats when I was a kid, until we learned, you know. So like, my first cat was lost to the indoor outdoor situation, which we had coyotes where I grew up, so generally speaking we assumed it was a coyote. Although I'm sure it could have been cars or any number of other things. Hi. Are you still being crazy? Yes. Okay. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself by being crazy. But the first cat that we had that we kept entirely indoors was Jack, who I've talked about before. And he lived to like 22. He moved with us from Oregon to Alaska. So like, and we hadn't had like a cat live past a few years before, except for Spig, but Spig was something else. Yeah, that's fair, Shawnee. That's totally fair. Like, it's frustrating that you have to, like, consider that, but yeah. It is safer for the poor kitty. It's like those people who, like, argue. It's like, well, he needs the outdoors. He needs enrichment. I'm like, that's your job. Give them more toys. Play with them. Like, people will be like, oh, cats are an easy pet. They're still a whole ass creature who needs, like, stuff to do. And if you don't give them anything, then yeah, they will be little terrors in your home because they need to make their own fun. Like, get a laser pointer or something. Like, eating 35,000 birds a day is not the enrichment that your cat needs, actually. Like, sorry, but if your cat's only enrichment is destroying an entire ecosystem, then perhaps that shouldn't happen. Oh, yeah, for sure, Shawnee. Okay, I do think adding a little bit of gray in there differentiated the foreground from the background pretty well, without making it too intense. Is this done now? Maybe. Right? And like, I get that sometimes cats need to like figure out they can trust you before they will let you do the things that enrich, but like, it's not like that takes a lot of work, you know? You just gotta be patient. Yeah, I think this is done, guys. I don't think there's anything else I really need to do here. Like, there's stuff I could do, but I think it would just be me nitpicking. Oh, interesting, Felds. Some cats do, like, have very specific people preferences. Why are you flicking your ear so much? Is it itching you again? I need to try to clean out his ears, I think. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I was not Jack's person. He got cuddly with me when he got really old because he was cold all the time. And I'm like always sitting in my bed, so. And I usually have a heated blanket in the winter, so you would come back there and turn the heat on the blanket. But I think that was mostly because I was the one who ended up shaving him when he got really matted. Specifically my mom wouldn't brush him enough. So Colin seems to have taken to me pretty well. He sits with me a lot. Although after my trip to Canada, it seems like he's gotten more used to Greg too. But he still prefers to have a Katie, I guess. That's also his mother's name, is Katie, spelled the same way and everything. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Are you having fun staring out the window? Yeah, okay. I feel like there was something else I was going to say, but I don't know what it was anymore. Brain cells? Who are those? It couldn't be me. Oh, speaking of ACS, apparently they're doing a charity stream tomorrow. From 3 to 7 Central. I just got an email about it. I was just looking at my email real quick. They're giving a bunch of money to the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, which is cool. So you should go hang out with them tomorrow if you're interested. That's the band that's playing right now that I really like. I might work in that tomorrow. Me continuing to look at this painting like, do I want to change anything? I think it's fine. I think I'm overthinking it. Ooh. Muscle in between my shoulders just twitched and it felt really weird. Now I need to decide if I want to start a new painting or if I want to end. And then we can start afresh next week. Which would be birthday week. So that's fun. But we do have two bugs to do next for the bug stickers. So we've got a book louse, which I'm assuming is how you say one book lice. I don't really know. But book louse, he's reading on top of some books. And then we have a little punk moth, well, caterpillar. A moth caterpillar. Which is the pale tussock caterpillar. Yeah, I know louse is singular for regular lice, but book lice is one word. So I'm not sure if it still is book lice or if it would be book louse. Is why I'm confused about that one specifically. But since book lice is one word, it's just like I don't how do I do that? I hate English. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. But we have these little guys, so we can paint a bunch of tiny Doc Martens next week. Drawing those was a pain in the ass, I want everybody to know. Do they? Okay. Cool. But yeah. I'm not sure which one of these I want to do first. Maybe I'll have you guys vote next week. Or in the Discord. I did also have an idea for what I should do with the collab with Cap. That I need to think about. Oh, okay. Sure. I'm sure book lice is like the generic name or like the layman's term for it, which doesn't help. I did see something on the painting that I want to change a little bit, actually. I was like, we're done! Just kidding. I have something else I want to do to this.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return
I don't like the way this line is here. I'm gonna just point that out a little bit more. And we're also going to get a tiny piece of eraser gunk on here. And then freak out about it. Yeah. I like that better. Oh, hi. When did you get behind my head? Okay, taking a photo of this next step. I'm gonna double check when Sleepy is starting before I fully end. It's really hard to tell if the coding is there on dark mode, because it makes it like the same color. Yes, okay, it is coding, so it's not in a half hour, it's in 2 hours. Okay, I was just making sure. Yeah. I saw 3:30 because it translated to my time, but I wasn't sure if I had seen it as a translated one or not. So I wanted to double check. Yeah. Because Shawnee's also going to be on that stream, so you guys should go hang out with Sleepy and Shawnee later, and Pioneer too, I think. Yeah, I like it too, but like I also need to notice if that's what's going on or not, and I'm not always good at noticing that. I mean, I'm not always good at noticing. We can just end the sentence there, honestly. Oh, Matto is still live. We can go raid Matto. That's a good choice. Let me switch over to the ending screen because that is in fact what is happening right now. We're ending. And then I'll figure out either if I have a strong sense of which of these bugs I want to do next, or I'll have you guys vote when I start stream on Monday. So next week is my birthday. My birthday's on Wednesday. So on Wednesday and Friday I have guests on stream, and we can all hang out together and have funsies, you know? I don't have anything like special planned. It's just gonna be chatting for the most part. So Toasted Stars is going to be with me on Wednesday, which is my actual birthday, and then on Friday it's going to be Sleepy in the morning with me. Sleepy and I did have an idea for a collab to do, but I'm not sure if we're going to do it this time or not. Either way, it'll be me and Sleepy shooting the shit, which is always fun. And yeah, Stars gets to hang out, and I made Stars a little PNG tuber actually. That's really silly. So you guys can come and see that on my stream or see it on Stars' stream. She did show it off yesterday. But yeah, we're gonna go hang out with Matto. So we're gonna merge some tabs here. Shawnee has put the raid commands in chat. The first one has emoji that you can use anywhere on Twitch. The second one has emotes that you can use if you're subscribed to my channel. So please copy and pasta the one that is relevant to you. I'm also gonna remember to actually get the stream up before I raid. Let's see, let me send this through now. Yeah, if you don't know Matto, he's very sweet and kind and has a very nice voice, and we love him, so we'll go merge our tabs and hang out with Matto. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being niceies to me. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of or be kind to yourself or yourself, please do so for me, because I think that you're awesome and deserve nice things, including from yourself, even on the days when it's hard. So let's work on being kinder to ourselves and each other, and then we can meet back here for top up or to share our victories or just get a little hug. You know, whatever. And I will see you all on Monday at the usual time, all right? Okay, bye.